Hello everyone! I'm here with Pippa! Pretty Pippa. And who's this? This is Corey and Delphi. It's so hard to tell them apart. And Harper, of course. Not very hyper Harper anymore. She's getting a bit older, but definitely Harper. So today I'm going to be talking about traveling with rats. Something I've gotten a lot of questions on. Some of you know that my rats used to travel with me every single weekend when I was in college. I just graduated 3 months ago, so Pippa and Harper are very well traveled rats, at least in miles. They actually have only been in 2 places, but but yeah, they used to come home with me and then back to college every weekend. So we did a bit of traveling. Yeah, so I will start off with some more general stuff. So first, you want to make sure that you have some food available in the carrier for your rats. And all I do is I take my food container and get a very small handful and put it just at the bottom of the carrier in one spot. And then usually it ends up strewn around everywhere, but that's just part of the deal. So you want to make sure that you have food for them in the carrier somewhere. With that, I also would recommend that you bring treats with you. I always bribed mine, I'm going to be honest. Harper and Pippa used to get in the carrier by themselves, actually. And that's all because they knew that they would get a treat when they went in the carrier. So if you could get them to do that, that'd be fantastic. But Delphi did not like traveling the one time I did it, so... But treats make it a bit easier. So I also used to bribe mine and give them treats when they came out of the carrier. So they got to know that the carrier was wasn't the scariest thing in the world. And when they were done with it, they used to get treats. So that really helped. And again, these two were great travelers. They would just go to sleep, and then they would start to get up at the same time as soon as I got off of the highway, because then we were about 5 minutes away. So as soon as I went to the first stoplight, they would get up. So, but of course, they traveled a lot. I don't really recommend most people doing that. But Pippa. But yeah, it was something that I used to do with my rats. So also, something that you want to have with you at least is a water bottle. I used to have a no-drip water bottle. It was the only one I found that was no drip. It was fantastic. But since it broke or something, so I had to throw it away, and I tried to use another one when I was picking up Corey, and if you've seen that video, I don't have a water bottle on the carrier, so I had to at regular intervals throughout the trip just put it in through the bars, and then she would get a drink. So if you have a no drip water bottle, just go ahead and put it on the cage and make sure they have water. Otherwise, it will flood the cage or the carrier. I've had that happen before, and that's no fun. So what I would recommend is just having the water bottle, I kept it in the door of the car, and then just in the drink carrier, and then just throughout the trip, offer it to them, and then see who needs a drink, and let them drink as much as they want to. And then just keep doing it throughout the trip. So that's a good way to do it if you don't have a really good, reliable water bottle. But you still need to bring one, the classic kind that they know, whatever they know how to drink from. You still need to bring one of those with you. So that's food and water and treats. Those are kind of the basics. Something else that I recommend is, you'll see in a second that I use, here's some dominance behavior going on. It's fine though. Corey's she's really dominant actually, and Harper is a little bit too, so but they're fine. So, where was I? Yeah, so something I recommend is to have something in the cage that they have used before, or that has their smells on it or something like that. So I have a blanket in my carrier that was in the cage for a day or two. So it has their smells on it, so when they go into the carrier, it doesn't smell like a completely foreign place. It has their smell on it, and it will make them a lot more comfortable. So, look at this. Corey, what are you doing to Harper? This is all fine behavior, guys. I wouldn't, if you see your rats do this, don't worry about it. Just let them do it. It'll actually make their relationship stronger. So just let them work it out. It's also really funny. You alive, Harper? Of course. So now I'll show you the options. I've got 2 of them with me currently, and I think they're pretty much the only 2 options that are really good for traveling with rats. So if I could try not to step on anyone. Oh, hi, Pip. So here are the options. So first I'll talk about this cage. This is a very small cage. This is a hamster or a mouse cage, and this should not, I'll just put it out there, it should not be used for rats for daily living. This is just for traveling. So, but I know that some people have these lying around from, a previous pet or something. You can use this as a travel cage for rats. So this is completely fine. The only reason that I like the other option more than the cage is because, and I got this from my cousin, so when I got Dapple, who some of you guys know about, and I noticed that when she was in the car with me, she was attempting to climb the cage, of course, because rats are rats. And especially also because the top, it's got another level, so they want to go up there. And so she was climbing the cage, and then if I hit a bump, or if I stopped, or kind of quickly or something like that, then she fell. And I wasn't too happy about that. So you might want to be careful about that. I would definitely probably do a layer, like a blanket or a towel, and then put Carefresh on top of it if you needed to do Carefresh, or I would just do a folded up towel, so that at least if they did fall, or if they did fall while climbing, they wouldn't just be hitting the bottom plastic, because they could hurt themselves. They can also get their foot, kind of twisted in there, which might be a problem, but a lot of people use these and they haven't had a problem. So that's one option. The other option is the option that I definitely use. This is a small animal carrier. I think they just call it's for small dogs or cats. It's got little holes along the side. Those black little knobs allow you to take the entire top off, which is nice for if you're at the vet and you have a very skittish rat who does not want to come out. I took Peaches to the vet once, and we definitely had to use that feature on this carrier. So one of the main reasons why I like it, and makes it really hard to videotape, but it's very dark inside, and that makes it a lot more enticing and comfortable for your rats. It's more like a cave, and all rats like hideys, and that's why they love boxes and burrowing and things like that, and they love it to be dark. Oh goodness, Harper's about to You okay? My goodness, she's over 1 now and she's still crazy. So it's really dark in there. A lot of times my rats will just go straight to the back corner and hang out there for a while until they get a little more comfortable, and that's completely fine. But again, inside I have the blanket that I was talking about that has their smells on it, and I also have a box in there that they often will get all of the rats into the one box and stay there and sleep the whole time. So that's what mine did. But yeah, so this is the carrier that I use. I like it also because, at least in my car, I can put a seatbelt through that top handle, and it will stretch enough so that I can buckle it in and it'll still be upright like this. And so it's really not going to go anywhere if I stop quickly or anything like that. So I really like that option, or I figured that out on this carrier. That orange, that's actually a pipe cleaner. That is for where the water bottle is, and I kind of just attach it with a pipe cleaner. I would definitely try and reinforce it with something other than just the metal part that you use on cages. But that's just me. Again, you could do the same thing on the travel carrier. But either option that you use, I would definitely have, something that has their smells. I would definitely have some kind of blanket or towel bedding. That's what I would recommend, even if they're not litter trained. I would recommend that you do that. You can always just throw it in the wash. And then definitely a hide of some sort, whether it be a box or, an actual hide, like the igloo. That's probably too big, but something like that you want to put in there for their comfort. So, yeah, I hope you guys learned a lot in this video. I've had a lot of people asking about traveling. A lot of people do a lot longer drives than I did with my rats, if they move, or that's the main one. You really don't want to take them like on vacation with you or anything. I wouldn't recommend that, but you never know why you might need to travel with your rats. So besides just the vet, but for longer trips, you definitely just want to have extras of everything. That's the main kind of important thing I can tell you about that, is that you want to have extras just in case, and lots of treats because they will want them. So yeah, so I think that's all I have to say about traveling. So if you guys have any other questions, leave them in the comments, and hopefully I will have time to answer them if someone else doesn't. Again, I really appreciate people who help me out. I actually just got admitted into a master's program that will start in, I think it's 4 days now. I just found out that I can do it now, so I will still be in school. So, yeah, I won't have a lot of time, a lot of extra time at least, but I'm going to keep trying to make videos. So, any suggestions you guys have for videos, keep those coming. And that's it. So, see you later. Bye, Harper. Bye, guys.